Good morning, Stanton. How is everyone? It has been a while. In fact, it has been, looking at it, over a week since I put anything out. And part of that is my fault, getting busy with work, as well as the sewer issue that I mentioned in one of my previous videos. Still dealing with that, still kind of working on that. Haven't spent a lot of time playing Star Citizen because who wants to spend time in a basement that smells like a sewer? I am not a Ninja Turtle, although that would be kind of cool too. So, kind of fixing that. I'm in the process today of flushing out my weeping tile. That is super fun. Home ownership. What a great thing it is. Other than that, it's just been, I've been playing some Star Citizen, but not nearly as much as I'd like to. Partly because it's kind of been running like a slideshow. The frame rates have been just tanking lately. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because Siege of Orsan's running, or maybe the good servers are giving preference to the PTU, which is still in the first wave of testers, so an access that I don't have to try out 3.18. So not only that, there just really hasn't been a lot that I've been doing. I have been playing the game, trying to take some screenshots to get a good screenshot for the Red Festival Screenshot Contest. If you don't know what that is, go check out the RSI website, as well as try to enter it, try to put a screenshot in there, because the prizes are pretty cool, including first prize, I believe, is a Carrack with lifetime insurance. So definitely the contests, as I've said before, are always worth entering, and I've gotten lucky a few times and won a couple ships. In the upcoming 3.18, I'll be able to test one of those ships out when I won a vulture in the last pumpkin carving contest. So let's go and check out the game and see what's going on. Now, speaking of 3.18, I remember I expected it, or at least I hoped it, to go into the next wave of testing where anyone could be testing it out by Christmas. That didn't happen. I was thinking maybe by New Year's. That didn't happen. It is now the last day of January, and it's still not into at least the next stage of testing. But I'm hoping every time they're doing an update, every time they're kind of fixing it up, that it's getting closer and closer and closer where other people can test it out, other people can try it. So I'm hoping pretty soon it'll be open to the next wave of testing where anyone can give it a look and see it. Who knows when the actual 3.18 patch is going to come out. I really have no problem with them not doing quarterly patches, because why try to get something out just to get it out? Especially putting a patch out just before Christmas, which they've done in the past, has always led to issues that you have to deal with and don't get fixed until well after the new year when everyone comes back. So I'm okay with that, but I would really like to try out some of the stuff to really start looking at the new stuff that's coming in. Now, if we look at the new patch, besides the persistent entity streaming coming out, there's the new Gen 12 renderer, which is hopefully going to make, you know, the graphics work and operate a lot better, improve your frame rates. Tier 1 of the cargo system refractor. We have different racetracks that are coming out that you can do, plus the new salvage. I know there's stuff happening in different events and different locations. Like there's new Orison missions that are like assassination missions, but they're taking part, I think, in the Siege of Orison platforms. There's like the reactivation of Korea. There's new things to do in jail if you end up going to Klesher. There's like more rivers. There's the sand caves. There's the PTV races that are going to be at the Expo Center in Orison. New crash sites and like kind of settlements. So all those are cool things I want to check out. A lot of cool fixes. Some people will be happy that Orison now is going to be a lot easier to get to. I still am very much against how much they've reduced that. Hopefully that is going to be swinging back the other way. CIG tends to correct, then overcorrect, and then eventually hit a sweet spot. So we can do that. Hopefully that's going to get coming out. So still no access for the 3.18 for me. Maybe in the next couple days we might get some news on when that's going to happen. There are some new news. New news. That sounds weird. I'm going to go with it. Some new news. There's more shots of Lorville 2.0, which I'm very excited about. That came out. Hopefully, you can indeed fly lower over most of the city like they're showing in those videos, or at least landing at the garage spaces so that you can actually use them to load vehicles into your ships. That I'm hoping does happen, because right now the garages around Lorville, there's a bunch of them, and they're all pretty much useless. So being able to land close to them, I think, would be a big improvement. Hopefully do that. I do like the overall look up close. I think it looks great. I do have an issue with scale when you back off and you're getting farther away from the planet, just because of the fact that Lorville is such a high, massive, big city. It's going to become overpowering, I think, potentially on the planet. But we'll have to see when it comes out, see what it looks like, see what it looks like with the new Gen 12 render. Now, on top of that, I have been playing a little bit, just kind of enjoying just playing the game. And one thing that I've never really talked about with some of the emergent gameplay is just things that are fan run. Now, recently, I watched the Daymar Rally. Hopefully you guys checked that out. It was awesome. And if not, go see what the Daymar Rally is. But that's a really cool event held by fans. There's also things like just various groups and orgs that like to role play in the game and bring a lot to the game. There's a group, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's like an organization that main focus is rescuing people that are in trouble. So it's like a medical rescue org, which is always there to help people out if they need help, if they're stranded and they need help, or if they need a rescue, need kind of a revive somewhere. So pretty cool. I like those orgs. And there's something that you can do if you want to do at any point in the game. If you want to see some new ships, if you just want to show off your ship, you can always take part in a ship show. And so that's what the footage here that I'm showing here now is a footage of a ship show that happened when I was playing the game, and they are pretty cool. So I just kind of go through this and jump through the footage as I show you how they work and what they are. They are cool things, and they're definitely things that you can do and take part in any server when you would like. There's always going to be people down for a ship show. So if you would like to host your own ship show, it's pretty easy. All you need to do is in global chat, just say, does anyone want to get together for a ship show? Set a location, and you're good to go. Now see this hover quad here, very damaged, very glowing red and hurt, so I thought I would kind of check that out. And I, as the person was leaving, I just stood in this cuddy a little bit to look around at it, since I don't spend a lot of times in cuddy reds, but also because it was warm. It is cold in New Babbage, and something funny did happen. Now, the reason why you choose an armistice zone like here by New Babbage is because you don't want people to pull a weapon and start killing people. People will still find ways to ram ships and blow up ships if they want to, but it's a bit safer to hold it here. But you can see right away, before I can even react, this cuddy has taken off. I let the person know, and you'll hear him in the voice chat here in a moment. Just let me know he's going to pick someone up. Not a big issue. They're going to come back. They're just heading to Everest Harbor. I was just not expecting them to take off right away, so it was so funny. All of a sudden, I got lifted off. But I do think that's pretty cool. Very rarely have I been in a ship with the back open to be able to kind of watch from behind as it's taking off. The gravity of the ship holding you in one direction while the plane of existence in the other direction. Kind of a cool, kind of messes your head a bit. But I wasn't really worried. Now, what I end up doing is I am in the ship for a while. They landed at Everest Harbor, but then he kind of leaves and comes back. So I just decide I'm gonna grab another ship in a minute, but you can see that. But here's a cool shot. You see from a distance, you can see the ships down there on the ice. We are kind of between the spaceport and the city. Now, it's a good location, actually, New Babbage. It is cold. You do have some issues with like having to warm up or wear warm clothing, but the fact that you can get the ground vehicles easily out there, or from the spaceport, your vehicles, or if you're coming from space, coming from a ship area like, I said Everest Harbor, but I should have said Port Tressler. This is much better. But here we are. They've opened up the back, and they're still kind of flying around. So I was able to kind of look in the ship in this version, just kind of like seeing myself running around inside there, which was really neat. But when he heads back to Port Tressler, that's when I decide I'm just going to go take another ship. So I do have my ship on the ice there, but you can have a couple ships out at one time. So I'm going to go grab a Gladius and bring that ship as well, and then we'll have both ships down there. Once we get down back on the ice, I'm going to take a look at all the ships there. We'll kind of go over, see what kind of ships are there. If you ever want to check out a ship, you can also, in global chat, ask somebody if they have a ship that you'd be able to check out. Say if someone owns a Starfarer, someone owns a Hercules, maybe someone's going to let you kind of explore around on it. Maybe you can be a turret gunner, or a turner, as I'd like to call them now, and try that out. But so you can see here, coming back into the the hangar here, I don't know what was happening. I don't know if they're maybe coming to another hangar to pick up somebody else. But I decided I'm just going to run out of the ship and run over to the ASOP terminals. I'm going to get myself another ship and bring it down there instead of waiting to get back down there and here. Although getting the ride was kind of cool. I liked it. It was fun. But right here now, flying over in the Gladius. I'm going to nestle between this Connie and the Hercules here. You can see the blade in front there. There's a cutter kind of below. There's a 600i bouncing around over on the other side. But we're going to check out the best part about ship shows is that there's always people there kind of showing off their ships. If you want to see a ship that you rarely see one of the tanks driving around on the surface, there's someone running around in one of the tumbrel vehicles. It is kind of a cool thing. One thing I'll say is that if you have a ship with a ramp and you're not really worried about someone stealing it, you just kind of want to show it off, leave the ramps open so people can kind of climb into ships and see them, because if they're not part of your party, they're not going to be able to open the doors and check out your ship otherwise. But we get out here, take a quick look around. We have the Gladius here and a nice kind of green paint. I think that might be the standard paint. I don't recall. But I just opened the ladder there, so the ladder's open now. If someone takes that, I'm not overly concerned. We have Tumbrel there. We have one of the Hercules there. This one's got the ramp open. That's the one I was warming up in before. Got a Nova Tonk, a Hammerhead there. Various constellations here. So you can see here, you can't call the elevator if you're not part of that person's party. So not really something you can do to check out the inside of these ships. And that's why it's kind of good to have someone there to maybe let people in and out if you really want to show them around your ship. We've got some like a hover quad there and one of the Anvil Spartans. I don't remember which one this is, but there's the hover quad there. Not the same one, I think, that was damaged, because it doesn't have any damage on it now unless it was somehow repaired. Way over there we got a raft, it looks like, pretty far from everyone else. Have a Cutlass right on the edge there. I'm trying to zoom in so I don't have to run all the way over to that raft. Oh no, that's a Freelancer. So we got like a Freelancer Max, it looks like, over there. We got Cutlass Steel, I'm assuming that's the steel there. Yeah? One of the Hercules. Now, I don't know which Hercules each one of these are. I'm sure if I was paying more attention to the colors, I'd be able to figure it out. But we have a big Hercules here. We've got the bomber, the Retaliator, I believe it is there, with the VTOL pointing up on that. We have the Tonk running around. We have the Tumbrel there, one of many Tumbrels. They're pretty cool vehicles. We have someone flying around there. Looks like in a Hercules coming in. We have various constellations here. I think these are the Aquillas. We can check the backs, and if they don't have a snub fighter, they could be like the Taurus. That's not a Taurus there. It's got the snub fighter. This one is just a different paint color. Looks like it's the same one, and then it looks like maybe that's a Taurus on the far side there, because there's no vehicle. So you look here and it's just closed, or the vehicle's been taken out. Looking at the front, the windows would be different, but I wasn't really paying attention when we walked around the other way. But we got three Connies there. We have a cutter right there, kind of tucked in at the back. We have another Hercules coming in for landing. Typical Hercules nose first landing. That is the biggest gripe I have with the Hercules. They're awesome ships, but they seem to tip forwards. They seem so front heavy when you're trying to land them. So kind of funny to see. Got the Cuddy Red there. I think that might have been the one that kidnapped me. They're back now. We have, maybe this is an M2. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that. We have a Mercury with the red Best in Show paint. So there's the Mercury Star Runner. We're going to go check out the Star Runner's ramp just to show you that, again, it'd be good if the ramp was open so you can kind of check it out, but unfortunately the ship is locked up tight. It'd be really great if you could have like an ignition key code, and then you could open the door and let people in the ship, but they're not going to fly off. But you can go up these ships and you can try with the Mercury's teeny tiny little opening thing there. It won't open. We have a 600i, and then there's a 400i just past that. So that was it. Quickly, people just came out, brought some ships that they're proud of. Way over there, someone's driving around. I don't know what they're on. I'm going to guess it's a hover quad, and I'll tell you why in a moment, because I'm going to show you something kind of funny and cool that happened before we end this video. But this is it. If you would like to see some alien ships, you can always request if anyone's going to bring some alien ships to a ship show, or if you want to find other people that own ships that you like and you own, you want to start a group on the server. There, the Herc's taken off again. I don't know where they're going. I'm going to run into this Hercules just to warm up a bit, but I thought I'd kind of watch this landing again. It's so cool to watch the big ships take off and land. I love the interaction with the snow, all the wind blowing around underneath. We'll stand in here, warm up a bit, and then we're going to talk about that guy right there, flying around in his hover bike. Now, I'll show you the footage in a bit. I only have the end footage. I don't have the beginning footage. But what happened is that guy was way up in the air, super high in the air. I don't know why he was so high up, what he was doing, but at one point, I just saw this figure plummeting to the ground, falling straight down for probably what would be the equivalent of like 300 feet up in the air and slamming into the ground. Ooh, look at... As we move out here, we can see we got a tumbril driving around. We've got the Hercules flying in the distance. We've got that hover quad flying between them. That hover quad shot up in the air, about 300 feet in the air, and all of a sudden, I don't know if the pilot just hit the wrong button and got off, but he was just plummeting to the ground. I didn't get an actual footage of that. I had stopped recording by that point, but he just plummeted from way up in the air and just went bouncing off the ground. Somehow, didn't kill him, but he was definitely down for the count. So I do have some video of after he's on the ground where I run up and try my best to help him out. Luckily, everyone here is being real helpful, and overall, we managed to help him out. So I have the footage here. Here I am running up. I think I'm the first on the scene. Landed right next to his hover quad. It landed, gently behind him. But I'm trying to figure out, how do I get my med pen out? How do I help someone else out? This other person here staring at him, kind of thinking the same thing. And right about at the same time, I pull mine out, he pulls his out, and we both go to revive him, but he actually got there first, so he helped him out. And then, the best part after that is if you look to my left, someone's going to run in with a med gun. They were ready to assist as well. So we were all here going to help this person out with the med gun. Now, the funny thing about this, too, is I love hearing ships fly overhead and fly around, but I almost got crushed by an Argo raft because it is quiet. I was expecting it to make a lot more noise, but if you look over here, there it is. I almost ran right under it. This Argo scared the living daylights out of me. I wasn't expecting a ship to be landing right behind me when I turned around and ran, but cool to see that flying around from up close. I love this. This is what I'm getting excited about, the future of Star Citizen, with more people around, being able to see people take off and fly around you. If I'm going to go watch the races in the next patch and be able to see ships flying around through the racetracks, find yourself a good vantage point where you'll be able to see the ship scream by. It's going to be terrific. And so that is it, a ship show. Not much of a video this week. I know it's been a long time and I really don't have much to show for it, but this is one of the coolest parts of Emergent gameplay I find in the verse. Just being able to get together with other people, check out their ships, just see what people are doing, see ships flying around, and making this place feel a little bit more alive than a bunch of NPCs T-posing. This is cool. So head on out there in the verse and check out a ship show of your own. Until next time, I hope to see you soon in the verse. And I have another cool video hopefully coming out this Friday. Look forward to that. It's a new kind of small idea that I have, and I'm going to get your guys' help along with that. So until then, have a good weekend. See you soon. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, everybody.